Hey, it's been a while. I've not made a patch notes video in a good amount of time, and I wanted to a little bit of fix that today. So that's what I'm doing. Today we're gonna read the Overwatch patch notes for March 10th, 2026, mid-season of Season 1 Conquest. Okay, Conquest final event finale. TALON versus Overwatch. The battle continues, and the event will conclude its final week on 3/16, and a global winner will be announced. TALON, please, please, please. TALON, TALON, TALON. I don't care about Overwatch. TALON. The battle continues. The event will conclude. Participate in the final week to earn Overwatch. You can get 2-player icons, a name card, and the common or legendary. Or you can get a spray, an icon, and a voice line if you choose TALON. You want that voice line? I know you do. Who wants player icons? You want that voice line. Whichever side wins by the end of the week will determine which Echo skin, TALON/Overwatch, all eligible players that week will receive. Wow, give me a TALON Echo skin, please. At the end of week 5, you might notice a few different ways the winner is made known. Keep an eye out. Ooh, interesting. Emery only 4v4 with a new arcade mode. Okay, cool. Junkrat's loot hunt is back from the 27th to the 30th to get more loot boxes. Hero updates. This patch is lighter in scope as many adjustments for newer heroes were made earlier to support the balance performance since launch. The focus of this update is on sub-role tuning, addressing heroes that are out of line, and applying additional refinements to the newest heroes. Please. Okay, before I read them, here's my hopes. I'm looking up so that I don't accidentally spoil it for myself. I want to see the Stalwart passive change, because I want tanks to move again. I want to see the medic passive be a little bit shrunk. Maybe the tactician passive can have, I don't know, it feels a little weird. There's a few of the support passives are a little weird, and I hope that they change the overall, the former known DPS passive and now the global healing reduction passive. I hope that they change that, because healing on support feels as useless as ever right now. But I hope they change the Stalwart passive. Tanks don't move if they're a Stalwart tank. It's annoying. Increase self-healing from 25 to 40%. Wow, that's actually huge. That's a big change. The medic sub-role has been underperforming as its self-healing conversion was not impactful enough. Agreed. And increasing self-healing will allow it to cut through engagements. Kiriko just got a big buff with that. Bruiser sub-role now triggers below 50% health. Has been adjusted to below 50%. Okay, whatever. The Initiator sub-role, that's a tank sub-role. Okay, so they changed 3 sub-roles. They didn't touch the global DPS passive. The Initiator sub-role passive has been reduced in effectiveness as it has been providing more healing than intended throughout matches. Healing will no longer trigger while at full health to avoid starting an internal cooldown. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't really noticed a big change with that, but I guess it does affect D.Va quite a lot, and Winston. So I don't know. I didn't really play any Initiator tanks too much, so I can't really speak on how effective or non-effective it was, you know what I mean? But they didn't change the global DPS passive. So supports like Ana still are gonna feel like trash unless they change their, I don't know. D.Va is our, okay, so now we're moving on to actual hero changes. One thing I would like to see is Lucio's boop cooldown get reverted back to 4 seconds rather than 5. And I'd like to see maybe his perks change. I don't know if they're going to touch perks after reading that the patch is lighter in scope, but that's what I kind of want to see for Lucio's perk changes. Because they didn't change his perks at all since they did the big perk rework back last year. Yeah, but that's what I want to see. And I also maybe want to see if they're not going to touch the sub roll passive, I want to see Ana be healing a little bit more than she is right now. Diva's mobility and survivability combination provides a high level of uptime during engagements. Increasing boosters cooldown creates clearer commitment windows while reducing the effectiveness of the initiator sub roll. Wow, cooldown, they increase the cooldown of boosters by half a second. Okay. I mean, that's okay. It's gonna feel a little off, but it's not gonna feel as off as like a full second. If they made it 3.5 to 4.5, that might be a little different. It's definitely gonna make her be a lot less. It's gonna reduce her mobility a good amount. Because you got to think, she uses her boosters what, like maybe 50 times a game in half a second. That's like 25 seconds. It's okay. Creates clearer commitment windows, which is cool. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't feel that big of an impact to me, but maybe it's bigger than I think it is. This makes so much more sense, bro. Hazard was originally placed in the Stalwart subrole to mitigate the impact of crowd control during engagements. Since the introduction of subroles, he has struggled in performance. Moving Hazard to the Initiator subrole better supports a more aggressive, sustained, focused playstyle. Yes, it does. It was so dumb. Why would he be Stalwart? He makes so much more. It's fine. It made a little more sense with him than it does for like someone like Sigma, who's a Stalwart tank. That makes no sense to me. They just didn't have a place to put him, so they shoved him in the Stalwart. But whatever. This makes a little bit more sense though, than because the whole reason he uses his dive more so is to initiate a fight rather than disengage. So that makes a lot more sense, and I'm glad to see that was changed. Ramatra is Stalwart as well, by the way, and I don't fully understand why. Reducing void barriers cooldown improves its cycling with engagements while increasing Annihilation's damage per second, enhances its presence during extended fights. Wow. So Ram, now his barrier is going to be up 1 second faster. And his big Ram buffs, actually. Holy. That's actually kind of cool. I like that a lot. Second increase from 30 to 35. Nice. We love Ramatra buffs, so we take those. Roadhog's overall effectiveness has remained lower than intended since his minor rework. Increasing Scrap Gun's damage will improve the consistency of his hook combo while additionally increasing overall damage output from 6.5 to 7. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I kind of like Pigpen more than his current kit, but this is fine. It's whatever. It's okay. It'll be fine. Now we move on to the damage roll, where we get to see maybe some changes to Cassidy. Please and thank you. That would be so incredible. Hold on. By the way, not a single change to Zarya, who is incredibly annoying at the moment, or Domina, who has a big, who's one of the most banned characters right now. By their own stats, they said that was the case, and they showed it. I don't understand why they didn't make any changes to her. I don't really think she needs them, but like, I mean, a lot of people, I don't know. Maybe they're sticking to their guns about Domina. But Zarya needed changed, but she didn't get anything, so whatever. It'd be nice to see some Cassidy changes though. On-run. These movement adjustments have improved Inferno Rush's fluidity and traversal options. While the ability is active, Inferno Rush will now automatically climb over small ledges. Why that wasn't the case in the past, I don't know. Jump height while active increased by 20%. So now it is more like Wu Yang Wave. So that's nice. That's good. Consistency and movement across different heroes who have similar movement styles, I feel like it's important. Especially with a game as complicated as Overwatch, you don't want them to be every character. You want characters to have their own differences, but you don't want every character to have some minor change that's different if the ability is similar, like Inferno Rush and Wave. Emery, reducing the delay before Altered Vitals triggers allows it to activate more reliably when disengaging. Yes. Reduced from 4.5 to 4 seconds. That is true. It feels like a long time before it actually triggers. And a lot of the time it doesn't matter because you just get healed anyway. Siphoning Strike has provided significant They are changing perks, so there is a chance. There is a chance that we could see some Lucio changes to his perks. Significant self-sustain relative to being a minor perk, moving it to major better reflects its impact, while additionally avoiding the overall passive power. Combined with Relentless, Raging Storm damage has been reduced and moved to a minor perk to compensate. Raging Storm moved from major to minor, damage per spin reduced from 35 to 30. And Siphoning Strike moved from minor to major, and Overhead Lifesteal is back up to 40%. And no Cassidy changes. Not one. Not one. Support. Illari has been delivering strong healing alongside high offensive pressure. Reducing her secondary fire uptime and tuning down specific perks lowers her overall performance while maintaining her identity. Summer Solstice, her minor perk, attack speed gain gain has been reduced from 30% to 20%. And Sunburn major perk, damage reduced from 70 to 50. Solar Rifle secondary fire maximum resource reduced from 3.5 to 3 seconds. Big Illari nerfs. Big Illari nerfs. Huge. That kind of guts her a little bit. But I don't play a whole lot of Illari, so maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, but to me it seems like it's a pretty big nerf. I get she was strong, but I didn't think she was like busted like that. Jetpack Cat, I have seen so many people complain about this character. I don't think the character's that overpowered. If you just shoot the cat runs away. But a lot of people have had trouble with it, I guess, so they're making changes. Based off their ban rate, they're making changes to Jetpack Cat, but they didn't make any to Domina. So, I don't know. Oh gosh, the Territorial has been removed due to high offensive potential. That was the one where the Purr would deal damage rather than boop potential. And now it's been removed. Claws Out moves to a major perk with a reduced cooldown due to its relative strength, while a new minor perk, Ulterior Motive, introduces an additional fuel recovery option to support healing focused playstyles. That's cool. Move from minor to major. Cooldown reduced from 8 to 6 seconds. That's good. That's a good change. I feel like this one should happen. I did think Claws Out, although it does make Jetpack Cat feel a lot weaker, because Claws Out really is the perk that made Jetpack Cat feel really good. At least to me, I felt like I played, like the character felt way better whenever I finally got this perk. But now that it's a major perk, it's going to take a lot longer for that to happen. Ulterior Motive minor perk, 15% of biotic projectiles healing is converted into fuel, which is cool because then it rewards you for actually healing, and I think that's kind of cool. So I think this is a good change. I think that people I saw people who read the leaked patch notes. I didn't want to do that because I like the official. Okay, I like official. But I saw a lot of people were like, they gutted the cat. The cat's useless now. I don't feel like it's that, like, I feel like the cat's definitely still really good. And in fact, I think it might be a little bit better than before, especially with the cooldown reduced from 8 to 6 seconds. And if you take this perk, you're going to be moving around a lot more than you are currently after they reduced and nerfed the jetpack originally. In one of the prior patches, they reduced how much fuel you could use from the jetpack, or something similar to that. But now, this is going to let you not only build your perks faster because you're healing more to get more fuel, but also you're going to be moving around a lot more and you're going to die less because of that. Hopefully. That's the idea, right? So, I don't think that she's gutted. I think that Fika is going to be just fine. It's just going to take a little bit longer to become a real danger out there on the field. Mizuki, I hope that I haven't looked. I hope that they changed his E, because it's so annoying. To me, at least. I think that the E is more broken than the entirety of Jetpack Cat. His chains. Maintaining allies within Remedy Aura radius can be restricted during engagements. Lucio can do it. Why can't he? Increasing the radius improves accessibility, while reducing the degeneration delay makes sustaining higher aura levels more difficult. Remedy Aura radius increased from 10 to 12 in time before degeneration, from 2 to 1.75. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Big, little Mizuki buff. It's fine. The radius increase is going to be big for him. Means he has a little bit more flexibility with where he can be, compared to like what he actually is able to do. Because before he had to be a lot closer, 2 meters to be exact, in order for the people inside to get the effect. It's the same with Lucio. If they were to make a change where they increase it by 2 meters, that would be huge for him. And it's one of the reasons why his major perk, while Amp It Up is active, it increases the radius by 100%. Is one of the reasons why that one's really good. Because basically it means anyone in your line of sight nearby is going to be affected by your amp. And that's really important, especially if you're engaging or disengaging. So having a bigger radius is going to be big for Mizuki. I kind of wish they made changes to his thing, his E, but it'll be fine. And no Lucio changes, so that's cool. People were talking like they made huge changes to Lucio. They didn't touch him in the base game. So I don't know what that was all about. And they didn't change Cassidy or Zarya, so that's okay. Now we're going to take a look at Stadium updates. I'll be honest with you, I have not touched Stadium in like, ever since they went back to best of 7, I've not touched Stadium. So I don't really know kind of what's going on. I know that like people don't like the visual changes they made to items because it feels a lot more cluttered than it did before. And I know people have there's just characters that are so overpoweredly broken in that game mode. Mercy is one. Cassidy is one. They're just really strong. Soldier is another one. They're just really strong, and and Sigma is really hard to break through, especially if maybe you're not doing the best, and you don't have enough cash. It's really hard to break through. And I know people have a little bit of a problem with that. Stadium updates. General mod icon update. Hey everyone, let's talk about general mods, the bread and butter of your stadium builds. What makes or breaks a match, defines a hero's well, you get the drift. When Stadium launched last March, we knew that eventually we'd like to make the design of general mods and make them look similar to our powers and hero items. When discussions for Season 1 of Overwatch began, we believed that the perfect time to give general mods a refresh as the rest of the game got the same treatment. We wanted to create designs based on the mod name and the color and the stat. Field Rations is now a macaroni and cheese container. Aerial Distressor looks like a plane, because we believed it would be far easier and unique than a mod with a health icon. Though we aimed high with these designs, we missed the mark and strayed away from one of our core design principles in readability. We heard your feedback, thank you by the way, and have reverted the general mods back to rarity color. Good, thank you. That's big, much better. I know that it bothered me a lot too, just watching it. I couldn't tell what people were buying. I know they wanted it to be, but it was harder. It was a lot harder to know what people were buying and using. Sorry. Performing other color passes on the icon art to ensure that it maintains readability. The overall shape won't change. It will continue to monitor feedback from the community, see how we can improve with every stadium experience, especially in the armory, and is as smooth as possible. Okay, so they reverted the change, which is good. No actual hero changes, though, which is kind of sucky. Okay, then we're going to take a quick look at the bug fixes. Mizuki ultimate bug. Mizuki incorrectly charged his remedy aura before the round started. Yeah, that was the thing on, it was in Junkertown. Mizuki could, and probably, I assume, also in, like, what is it? Flashpoint, New Junk City. Mizuki could charge his remedy aura off of, like, the motorcycle or the little, like, wrestling things they have in New Junk City. And his paper doll totem briefly appeared in an unattended areas of the map before landing in its proper location. I did notice that. It would, like, teleport back to where he was finally. Preventing weapon variants from being applied to her pulsar torpedoes. Fix an issue with Wrecking Ball's multi-ball perk would not award additional mines if they were not used during the first ultimate. Oh. Which incorrectly allowed Fire to move during barrage while tethered by Mizuki's chain. And Onrun's Dancing Blaze ability to cleanse Queen's ultimate effect. That's stupid. I'm glad that got fixed. That's really dumb. That's so funny though. Okay, and I don't know anything about the stadium bugs, so you know, that's it. That's the patch notes, and we're back making patch notes videos, by the way. And I want to do more like talky type videos. I just don't know exactly what to talk about. I mean, I have a few ideas already, and I know that I want to do some kind of like podcast type thing where I interview people. We play like a few games of Overwatch or something, and I interview a couple people about, like, you know, who they are, what kind of stuff they like to make, what kind of videos they like to make, why they chose the heroes they chose, things like that. I want to make a short thing, like maybe 30-minute or so episodes, talking to people about, you know, just like who they are, get to know them a little bit, because I feel like I'm really bad at meeting new people. And I have a lot of people that I need to meet, so that's something I'm thinking about doing. I've not set anything up for it yet, though, so that won't be coming this. It won't be this month, but maybe next month we'll start something up like that. But thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and goodbye.